Hey y'all, welcome to Mindful Eating Monday. I'm 𝗺𝗵𝗴. I'm a registered dietitian nutritionist and registered yoga teacher. I am here to walk you through an active practice for Mindful Eating Monday. So grab something to eat. Maybe it's breakfast, maybe it's lunch, maybe it's a snack, and we will go through our practice together. For pin attendance, I'll go ahead and put the pin attendance into the comments. I will also post the pin in the replay, so you can have that. But I wanted to take a moment to notice, this is not a space to judge what it is that you're eating. This is a space to connect with your food and with your body and with your hunger fullness cues. But I did want to point out a couple of things. I have chips on my plate, and I wanted to point that out because I took it from a bag to put onto my plate as opposed to eating it from the bag, which is called plating. So that can help with those foods that we really like to eat, but can be very easy to overindulge. So plating. I also have my Easter egg chocolates that I'm going to have afterwards. Again, you'll notice that I've taken them out of the bag to place beside me, as opposed to having the bag of chocolate next to me. So again, that's what we call plating. We want everything out. Everything is ready to go. And so we'll first start by taking a scan of our body and then thinking about, on a scale of 1 to 10, if 10 is like the most full I've ever felt and a 1 is the most hungry I've ever felt, 5 is a neutral, where are we at? And so think about where do you feel like your hunger is at right now? Where do you feel like your fullness is at? And so for me, I would say I'm at about a 4. So 5 is neutral, 4 is starting to get hungry. I call this like a sneaky 4 because it's very easy to ignore if you don't stop and pause. This is the 4 that this is I'm gonna do one more thing before I eat type of hunger, right? So I'm gonna honor that, right? I know that I'm hungry, I'm gonna honor that by eating. And so let's take a moment to take a few deep breaths on your own. If you are a person of prayer, if you want to take this moment to pray and give thanks, feel free to do that. I'll give you a few moments to take a few deep breaths to settle into the space. And together as a community, we'll take a nice inhale through the nose. Open your mouth, let it fall. And then we're ready to begin eating. So go ahead and grab your fork. And something with mindful eating is we want to engage our senses. So look at the plate, look at the colors, feel the food either with your fork or maybe picking up something with your hands. And then we'll want to smell it, right? Smelling our food helps stimulate the vagus nerve, which helps get us into that rest and digest and prepares our body for eating. So go ahead and smell your food. And then when you're ready, go ahead and place the food in your mouth. Chewing your food, noticing the flavors, the sounds of the crunches, the sensations, and then when you're finished, go ahead and enjoy another bite. So again, going through that whole thing, smelling our food, tasting it, chewing, noticing the flavors, the sounds, textures. And if you'll notice, I have placed my fork onto my plate and have finished chewing and swallowing before I pick my fork up again to grab another bite. And that really helps create that pause, right? So we can slow down, chew our food, notice all the sensations, notice all the flavors, and really be in the moment and enjoy what we're doing. So go ahead and take a little bit of time to guide yourself through the practice. Again, engaging the senses, noticing the smells, the textures, the sounds of the chewing. And even with drinking, right? Like noticing the smells and the textures. Is our drink cold? Is it warm? What does it feel like in our mouth? Right, so we can do this. We tend to do this very easy when we drink coffee first thing in the morning, right? When we're just like, oh my gosh, this coffee smells good. It tastes good. We're slowing down. Can we implement that into the rest of our day as we stop and eat? And again, this is not a time for judgment. So we're not worried about what it is that we're eating, but we are just connecting with our food, with our body, with mindful eating. So just being totally present. And I know sometimes there can be some emotions that come up during mindful eating. Know that it's okay and that it's part of the process. Can you come back to the food, the flavors, the textures, and just be right here? And I sometimes have people ask, how many chews am I supposed to do? It doesn't really matter. What matters is, are you fully chewing your food and placing your fork down, right? Placing your fork down, fully chewing your food and swallowing before picking the fork back up and grabbing another piece. Right? So it's really that slowing everything down and connecting and tasting your food before you grab another bite of food. And then again, come back to those 5 senses. What does your food smell like? What does it feel like? What does it taste like? So we are practicing our mindful eating, and we are about a few minutes from finished. Not necessarily finished with our plate, but finished with this session. So now might be a really good time to go back to the hunger fullness scale. If you remember what we did at the beginning of the session, so a 10 being the most full I've ever felt, a 1 being the most hungry I've ever felt, and a 5 being neutral, right? I'm not hungry, I'm not full, I'm neutral. Go ahead and scan your body, right? See where you're at and see how it compares to the beginning of the session. So for me, I was at about a 4. And I would still say I'm probably still at about a 4.5. So I really, I'm still pretty hungry. And as you can see, there's still quite a lot of food on my plate, so that would make sense. If you're closer to the end of the meal and you're still hungry, keep going. If you finished your meal and you're still hungry, grab something else. If you are somewhere in your meal and you realize that you're full, maybe now is a great stopping point to box that food up and save it either for another meal or another snack. So again, the mindful eating is just about connecting with your hunger and fullness, not about, those external cues as to like how much food is on our plate, but those internal cues as to like, okay, what is my hunger and fullness? Like, what does it feel like in my body? So in these next couple of moments, continue to walk yourself through the mindful eating, right? By engaging the senses, smelling your food, tasting your food, noticing the textures, noticing the flavors. Notice how the flavors change as you continue to chew. It's very interesting. Food does change its flavors as we begin to chew. Notice what that does to your sensations. And if you're just joining us, we are practicing mindful eating. I will post the replay so you can walk through from the beginning. You can watch this at any point in time to practice your mindful eating. Of course, if you want to make an appointment with Student Nutrition Services, you can find our link on Linktree at Dining GSU and make an appointment if there's something that you want to discuss to help you with your relationship with food. So we are getting close to our time together. I appreciate everyone for tuning in, taking a pause, practice mindful eating. I will post the replay with the pen attendance. Click on the link, sign in, and we'll give you credit for pen attendance. If you have any nutrition related questions, go ahead and find us in the Linktree if you want to make an appointment for Student Nutrition Services, or if you have any direct questions, you can contact us there. I will see everybody next Monday for another edition of Mindful Eating Monday. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their day.